Oh, you thought Project 2025 was scary, but you haven't heard about Project Esther yet, have you? Well, we've all been distracted worrying about Project 2025 and looking at statistics to see how much of it has actually come to fruition at this point. Back in October of 2024, the Heritage Foundation submitted Project Esther, and I'm telling you, it's 1,000 times worse than Project 2025 could ever dream of. Project 2025 is just the beginning of this manifesto. And making a comparison, The Handmaid's Tale, that was the first book. The 6 seasons we watched, that was the first book. There are others. Just like Project 2025 was the prologue to what's about to happen with Project Esther. Reading Project 2025, it spoke very clearly about eradicating all religions from the United States. There will only be one God and one Bible, and it will be forced upon you. It is forced practice of religion. You will not be allowed to speak of any other God. You will not be allowed to read any material outside of that Bible. And if you try to practice anything outside of what you are forced to practice, they will imprison you and put you to death. Project Esther also speaks about surveillance. They want us having something inside of our bodies that is implanted, where the government knows our whereabouts, knows our medical history, our heart rate, our sugar, everything on a 24/7 basis. It talks about suppression, ladies. It talks about the fact that we are no longer considered people. We are the property of our husbands, meaning we no longer can drive, vote, have a bank account, go grocery shopping, wear what we want, have our hair the style that we want it. We are forced to be the property of our husbands. And women, it speaks about sterilization. It speaks about when women are born, when girls are born, being immediately sterilized after birth. And when you become of age to have a baby, they will grow said baby in a lab and implant it in you so that they can have the white male child that they want for this Project Esther to come to fruition. According to Project Esther, there is no more LGBTQI+. It's gone. It's eradicated because there are no more lesbian and gay people in the United States. That's right. If you're male and you're gay, you have an opportunity to become straight. And if you choose not to become straight, then you will be put to death immediately. And women, they don't really give a fuck if you're a lesbian or not because you still have a working womb. So you'll be forced to marry a man anyway, and oh well, just deal with it. Project Esther isn't just a legislative plan. It's a theological plan as well, with roots in dominionism. And if you don't know what that means, it means having control over all living things, human beings, plants, animals. It means that as a man, you control everything like a god. It states very clearly in Project Esther that it has been written to replace the Constitution of the United States with biblical law.
If you're female, stop scrolling. Yep. Please do not get comfortable on this app. If you bank anywhere but a credit union, pull your money out now. Either get it in cash or transfer it to a credit union. Switch over your direct deposit. Anything that you get coming in, move it now. Do not panic. Panic doesn't do you any good. It's just time to get organized. I will help you. If you made it this far, leave a golden heart in the comments. Now send this to any other female person you know. Age doesn't matter. Get as much overtime and as much work as you can by now, even off to the side. If you can make it in cash, even better. Get to know your neighbors, especially the women. Start setting up exchange programs in your neighborhood. Get to know your local farmers. Do as much as you can right now as if you're preparing for the loss of employment. Distinguish networks outside of social media. That means get on Signal, get on Telegram, and get each other's phone numbers. Start getting on those message boards. Print out a map of your community and your city. Track nearby and local bodies of water. And make sure you establish non-electronic forms of communication. Figure out non-electronic forms of food storage. Hit up Reject NOLA for Plan B and try to get your hands on mifepristone. Any men who pursue you romantically, ignore them. If you have a wife, no you don't. If you have children, no the fuck you don't. Get a year's worth of clothes that have a utilitarian purpose. This isn't just for America, by the way. This is for women everywhere. If you don't have a physical, non-digital skill, now's the time to learn it. And don't forget to pick up a second language. Get a copy of all official documentation, birth certificate, passport, license, ID. Park your car in a garage, and if you don't have one, park it somewhere out of sight. Now is the time for self-preservation. Godspeed.
This is a PSA. and you need to listen to this PSA, and then you need to share this information, whether it's reposting my video, creating your own video, calling a friend, emailing someone, I don't care. The message just needs to get out. If you or someone in your life is considering going to get tested for any sort of neurological or developmental disorder, you need to not do that, especially if the results of that test would lead to an autism diagnosis or an Asperger's syndrome diagnosis or something in that same wheelhouse. Why in the absolute hell would I say that as someone who is a former educator who worked with autistic kids and kids with all kinds of other diagnoses? Because when little Elon Musk and his little teenage boys went into Doge and hacked into all of our systems, they absolutely got access to our medical records. And now RFK Jr., this is as of 4/22/2025, 12:19 Eastern Daylight Time, RFK Jr. wants to collect American private medical records to determine a registry of who has autism or other needs like it.
All right, so this is how it is. I don't know what this feel-free drink is, but apparently there's some shit inside this motherfucker and it's fucking dangerous. Y'all peep this shit. Now, from what I've heard, inside of the gas stations and, you know, little stores and all this shit, they starting to sell this energy drink called Feel Free. Now, from what I've read, Feel Free is supposed to be an alternative as far as like helping people get over the whole idea of drinking and shit like that, right? The only fucked up part about this shit, now I do apologize because I cannot pronounce the goddamn words, but the words that is mixed inside this damn drink, people are saying that these motherfuckers are having the effect of, starts with a letter after G and ends with an N. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back. There is something in that motherfucking drink that is having people have the effects of the letter after G and ends with an N. And this is the crazy part. People are robbing people at gunpoint just so they can buy this feel-free drink. People are having to buy the drink and then they feel the urge to want to go back and get more and more and more and more. And then what makes it even 10 times fucking worse, motherfuckers are withdrawing after not taking this shit for a long period of time. So if you ask me, whatever the fuck this little feel-free shit is, it looks like that has a goddamn motherfucking effect that starts with a letter after G and ends with an N. Baby, I don't know what the fuck they trying to feed us. But that little feel-free drink, oh honey, you can miss me with that bullshit.
All this because I care about y'all. I have a cousin that works in the Pentagon, and she told me, right, that a lot of these foods, you're going to see an uptick in illnesses caused by these foods, so don't eat them anymore, okay? I'm going to give you the list of foods. Make sure you write these things down, get pen and paper. The first food is oxtails, okay? Oxtails. Don't eat oxtails anymore. They're causing illnesses. They're causing loss of memory. They're causing loss of hair. Plantains are making people very sick, giving people diarrhea, giving people hallucinations. Also, lengua, como se dice, sickness. Don't eat this anymore. Goat meat, don't eat it anymore. Seafood, lobster, crab, shrimp.
No
all of these things
boys.
That are becoming very popular. Salmon.
Listen.
You keep stuffing it, you're going to stuff yourself into a hospital. Don't eat this anymore. I'm telling you.
Peace, Divine Originals. Now, the reason why I made this video right after I made that other video about the things that's going on in this realm in other countries. Now, with that being said, the thing that's going around from that other video is coming from animals, right? And we all know that meat is animals, right? So I need y'all to be careful on what y'all eating, right? I also saw a video the other day of them showing how they make the meat that is in the stores look brand new again, but it is old meat that they recolor and send it out to the stores. So with that being said, I need y'all to be very, very careful on the things that we consume in our temples. Not only in our temples, but listen to what's being said, even if it's not being said, right? Slow down on all of the meat. We don't need that meat, y'all. Listen, we do a little bit of it, but don't do too much. Also, if you feel something, as soon as you are biting it, listen, if it don't belong in your body will let you know very, very quickly. So if you feel sick after even taking a couple of bites of these foods that are being consumed by you and your family, I would advise you to stop eating it as soon as you start to feel ill. This is not entertainment purposes only. This is educational purposes only. Y'all know I only put this stuff out here because I care about y'all. Not only that, this information needs to be known, and a lot of people are not telling you guys, including the news that they place on these TV screens. So we are the news, right? So with that being said, let me know in the comments how you feel about this video. Knowledge is wisdom and wisdom is power, y'all. Listen, we have to control our own narrative. If not, world of trouble. As I said before, this is educational purposes only. This is not to spread fear. This is not to spread anything of a negative vibration. And y'all know me, I'm not on negative vibrations. Not only that, this is information that everyone needs to know. So if y'all are picking up what I am putting down, go on and hit them buttons over there. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments also. Like I said, stay high vibrational. I love y'all. Peace.
How many of you seen this? Check it out. I was scrolling on TikTok the other day. I'm Angelic Soul 73 on TikTok, by the way. And I came across this man. And to me, he looks very believable. I could be wrong. But he states that he is a reptilian from the Alpha Draconis star system, right? And he states that the government has been covering everything up. And in fact, the government created AI for this very reason, because we would think that everything is AI. He pulled on his face, showed a close-up, talks about, who he is and how he grew up. And he even showed pictures of himself when he was a child. I'm going to post those in a minute so you can see them. To me, this is one of those things that are very believable, because AI was created for this reason, to confuse us. This man is like, it's no need for me to hide anymore. I can come out and be who I want to be, because you guys are not going to believe it anyway. Listen, these energies are only going to increase, and everything is about to be shown, right? Everything that's been hidden is coming out. It's really time for us to continue to do the inner work. I have a previous post that I mentioned about the solar eclipse on the 17th. Then we've got the anaretic degree at 29 degrees in Aquarius. These are really big energies. And the anaretic degree, as I mentioned, is about new beginnings. It's about, it's called the degree of fate, right? So what is our fate for ourselves? What do we want for ourselves? All of these energies at play, we really need to take a pause for a little bit and go within and do inner work, breath work. I have the Meditate candle available on JRC Collections. It's a really great candle. I use it all the time to meditate on. It's really great for the third eye. It has eucalyptus, lavender, and peppermint. Great for the third eye. It's time to do that inner work, y'all. I also have ginkgo biloba available on JRC Collections as well. Another herb that is really great for the third eye. It's time for us to do the work, because the veil is going to continue to thin until it is no more. We got to be prepared and ready, So this next clip I'm going to show you of some pictures that he posted as a child and stated that he has nothing to hide anymore. This is him as a kid. Tell me what you think. Like I said, AI was created for this very reason. So we'd be all confused and everybody would be like, AI, AI. Like I said, it could be, but I don't know. This one seems a little bit believable. These pictures, as I'm showing you, you know, as him as a child, very interesting, right? He mentions that he's not into cannibalism. He seems to be a very nice man. Like anything in everywhere else, like even here on earth, we got good people and we got the low vibrational people as well. That exists everywhere. And he mentioned he's one of the good ones. He's not into cannibalism. He eats vegetation. He's a vegan, and all of that. So I know people are going to be turning up in the comments. Tell me what you think. Peace and love.
If you're looking to remove any
Oh, baby. Y'all have got to tap into this, honey. Let me tell you, the people that you are listening to, as far as this whole manifestation thing goes, and I shouldn't even be telling y'all this, but this is y'all need to know this. Stop listening to those manifestation videos. I'm going to tell you exactly why things are not manifesting, why sometimes things are not moving in this atmosphere, how we are shifting things. Hot diggity dog. You got to say, when you manifest, do not have your AirPods in. Do not have your phone on you. Nothing. Go in the bathroom. Run the water. Oh, yes. Go run the water. Because first of all, water holds memory. Because I've noticed this. The more you speak, they already have the looking glass and they harvest your energy. That's why things are not coming to pass in your life. That's why we ain't moving and shaking and grooving this nation like we need to as a collective, because they are listening. Now, some people say, well, they know your thoughts. No, they don't, you guys. When you think in your head, when you think all day about, say I want a car, right? And you say, hey, I'm manifesting a car. Boom, you really never get that car for real. Or you get something that you don't even really want. Because they knew exactly what you said. But if your thoughts were made on that car, it will manifest. This is how this universe works. Because the way that the position that we're in now, with everything they have going on, you are going to have to say less. You are going to have to be quiet, slow to speak. And everything that you want to manifest, you manifest in your head. I believe these TikTokers up here that's talking about, write it down. Write it down and repeat it in your head. You're going to have to go back to the pen and pad, bro. Because us speaking it out, they are listening through the looking glass. I promise you, this is exactly, and the rich people don't tell you this. They don't speak this out. They don't. They synchronize in their head. Their thoughts become their process. And they say nothing. You know how sometimes you in a car and you like, you know what, I need this and I need this. And you know, I want this done and blase, this done. And it never gets done. Because they throw the NPCs in. They throw all these people in here to throw you off your game. To make you angry. So tonight, from February 17th, bro, through the 20th, I'm telling you, do not speak with your words of what you want to manifest. You are going to write it down, and you're going to repeat it in your head over and over and over and over it all day. You're going to get that left side and that right side of that brain, and they're going to work together, honey, because they're not working together, honey. One's going this way and the other one's going that way. You have got to be on one accord when you want to manifest this. And just imagine if everyone does it this way. We block them out, bro. This is exactly how we win. This is how we win. It's too many of us talking, speaking it out what I want. I want this and I want that and I need this and I need this. You don't have to plead with the universe. You don't have to plead with the universe. It's like you begging, and we don't beg. Because what I say, money flows to me effortlessly. Oh yeah, I am chosen. I have everything I need. They are great things to say, but not out loud, people. Let's all try this. I promise you. You're going to start seeing more things flourish in your life when you shut up. And the only reason why I'm talking now, because y'all need to know this. Because after that, that's it. That's a wrap. I see exactly what's going on here. I see exactly how the rich and the billionaires and all, they are harvesting what we want. We say it out loud, they get it. Oh no, baby. And this spring and this new year coming up, say less. Say less. Think about it. I don't care if you going to the store and what you going to the store and be like, yeah, I'm on my way to the store, driving my car. Oh yeah, I need to get eggs. Oh, I need to get potatoes. And then you get to the store, like, damn, there ain't no eggs, ain't no potatoes. Stop saying you're going to have to be your own best friend in your head in this new year, because this is how you're going to shake this whole nation up. I promise you. Them TikTokers telling you that, manifest, I will this. They're right about manifestation, but they're wrong about the deliverance. I'm going to tell you that right now. So you can take what you want with this and do what you want with it, or you can keep on doing it their way. Frankly, I don't give a damn. I'm just letting y'all know. I know this because I don't just talk to y'all. I talk to myself. And I'm like, yo, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm doing this all wrong. I'm sitting here listening to these people talking about that. Nope. Write it down. Keep it in your book. Start writing your life like a story. Yeah, because this ain't nothing but a story. And you be the author. And that's it. That's all. Ashe.